This is a quick segment demonstrating how to set up joints in a low-poly character, both modeling and how vertices should be weighted to achieve realistic deformations. Here I have a finger, and notice how the joints are modeled at a 45-degree angle. This is so when you bend the finger, the geometry is already in the correct place. If you bend the joint much further than this, the deformation will no longer hold up. However, this is not an issue because you can't actually bend your finger any further than this. For the knee, we would probably need a different solution. However, as it's a larger piece of geometry, you'll probably have more geometry in it to begin with. The bones we're placing along these 45-degree angles. There are several places you can place the bone along the angle. However, where you place it will change how the geometry deforms. Depending on where you place the bone, these two lines, say for this bone, these two lines are going to deform differently based on how far away from the bone, or from the joints rather, the lines are. If it's on an inside curve, such as this bone, we'll be bending here. If the bone is far away from it, the joint will get smaller. If the opposite is true, and it's on the outside bend, so if the bone were at the bottom, this joint would get longer instead. But as it is, the joint is right at the stop vertice, so it should stay pretty much the same size. So we can look, and there's very little, if any, change because it's so close. On this last joint, I felt keeping the same size, it didn't look very realistic. So as we can see here, it's actually a little bit longer because I kept it far away. Further away, anyways. And this gives it the look more like it's still a digit of the finger. Alright, and weighting. Okay, let me select the mesh. All the weights are weighted to the parent of the bone, the parent of the joint. So in this case, if we're bending this joint, okay, the top vertices are weighted to the parent. That's those two vertices in red. For the tip of the finger, we have the vertices weighted to the middle joint, and the very tip has weight of just the tip vertices.